Welcome to the channel. This is Oblivion. We are here with a Halloween banner reaction. We did get the silhouettes last night, and I believe it was Nils and male Corin. At least that's what it seemed like. So if that's the case, I do expect we're getting another dragon banner. Personally, I hope we do get Nasir, as it's like one of the few dragons we are missing from the Tellius series. And I would love if he was the free unit, so I didn't have to summon him as a banner. That would be amazing. But I'm not really expecting that to happen, to be honest. I am expecting to get female Corin alongside male Corin just because they seem to come together a lot, or like within a banner of each other. So I wouldn't be surprised to see both of them. Though we get like a Corin every year. We get technically two, right? Because there's male and female. So it's kind of like there's a lot of them. But either way, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people who are happy about it. So let's just go ahead and jump in and see what we get. See if we get maybe a new armored dragon too. That's also a possibility. Maybe get a new meta armor skill, which is kind of scary to think about with Hardy Fighter being so dominant. Okay, well, there's Corin. That didn't take long at all. That was really fast.
Believe it or not, I've been to a similar
wait, what? Okay, wait. She's a witch, and she's not flying? She's infantry? Huh. And she's a dragon. It's another blue dragon Corin.
World.
I guess that's like we have a lot of colorless too, I guess. So I guess that makes sense. I would have preferred if she was like a mage. There's attack speed finish 4. Ooh, that's really tempting. I'm trying to think of who could actually use that, and there's probably a lot of options, honestly. Like we've seen with Flameland, right? Her preference finish skill essentially is really powerful. So I could see this being really good. Maybe on, I don't want to say Brave Dimitri just because you don't really want to give up the defense in the A slot, but like a finish skill, like attack defense finish would probably be the best for him. Anyway, let's check out her preference weapon, Moonlight Stone. Special cooldown count -1. At start of turn 1, if foes attack can trigger special, grant special cooldown count -2. Okay. So she can just pre-charge defensive specials pretty easily, right? Like she's going to be able to pre-charge negating thing like immediately. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is greater than 75%, at start of combat, grants +5 to all stats to unit during combat, grants special cooldown charge +1 to unit per unit's attack. Okay, and inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on foe per attack. And reduces damage dealt to unit by 8 when foe's attack triggers special. Okay, excluding Miracle. Okay, putting exclude Miracle is kind of relevant to be honest, because you could definitely do a Miracle build with this type of weapon. Okay, so overall this is interesting. So we have like a kind of like a times pulse effect, but it's like times pulse 4 really, because you're getting -2 special cooldown. But it does have to be a defensive special, so that's kind of telling us that we do want to play this Corin in enemy phase probably. She's getting +5 to all stats. She's getting special acceleration, kind of like Heavy Blade or Flashing Blade, but without a check, right? It's not like a breath effect because it's only based off her attacks. And then she's also inflicting guard. I think this is interesting, right? Like it's gonna be, she's gonna obviously be a fast enemy phase dragon. It's kind of like we're getting Omni tanks again, right? Like if we Joel and I and DTM were talking about how Omni tanks were coming back, and this is definitely a sign of it, right? Now how good is she going to be is the question. Negating Thing is pretty cool because, you know, it is a defensive special, so it does get that good damage reduction, and then she can also retaliate really hard, right? So she's gonna have Negating Thing and then Dragon's Wrath 4 as well. So she'll be taking a lot less damage, and then she'll also be able to hit back really hard because the Negating Thing will give that 30% boost to her attack, and then Dragon's Wrath will also give that true damage. So I think this is going to be actually a pretty solid tank. And blue's a pretty good color too. She's going to be able to deal with like duochrome probably pretty easily. Okay, her sprite just has like things on her horns. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be a pretty good unit. I'm not sure how I feel about her versus like Flameland though. There's male Corin. Okay, we got both Corins. Is this just a full Fates banner? Well, no, Nils is on it, so it can't be a full Fates banner.
Is this how wizards really dress?
Okay, so we have a green infantry dragon, which we already have. Did we have one for male Corin? I don't know actually. I have to think about it. So he's not a demote either. There's no way, but he does introduce distant stance into, well, not the I guess the seasonal pool as well, right? It's on Legendary Fae, and now we have it here. So that's really cool because I can stop killing Legendary Faes. Also, there's a new Tier 4B skill, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's check out Starlight Stone. We have special cooldown count -1. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is greater than 75% at start of combat, grants attack +6 and inflicts attack -6 on foe during combat. Inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on foe per attack. Restores 7 HP to unit, and when unit deals damage to foe during combat, even if it's 0. And also, if foe can make a follow-up attack, reduces damage from foes first attack during combat by 75%, and then adaptive damage. Okay, so this is, I think like the female one's just strictly better than this, in my opinion. I think so, right? Like the only thing that, because essentially he's going to get special cooldown count -1, which means that he can use 2 cooldown specials extremely well. He's going to be able to get some stats, right? Attack +6, defense and resistance +6, essentially. He has guard, and then he's going to heal 7 per attack, so that's good healing. Okay, so the condition is the foe has to either initiate combat or they have to be above 75% HP, and they have to be able to make a follow-up attack for him to get the 75% damage reduction. Which means he's going to be slow, I guess? Because if he's not slow, that's just absolutely terrible. Like, that's just a trash skill. You don't want to run that. I'm not too sold on this Corin. This Corin seems a lot weaker to me. Like, the distance stance is cool, but other than that, I'm not really feeling it very much. Let's check out Dragon's Ire 4. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, inflicts attack and resistance -4 on foe during combat. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack, and also if foe initiates combat, neutralizes effects that prevents unit's follow-up attacks. Okay, so essentially this Corin wants to get doubled so that he can like drastically reduce the damage he's taking on that first hit. Then he's going to want to be able to just like double back because of Dragon's Ire. So this has to be a slow Corin. There's no way this Corin is fast, right? Like if this Corin is fast, they're in big trouble pretty much. Dragon's Ire 4 looks good. I mean, you get some more stats attached to it, so that's pretty solid. Other than that, I'm like not too impressed. 2 of the 3 tier 4 B skills are for dragons now. So my prediction of the dragon apocalypse is getting closer and closer with every banner we get. Dragons have been getting a ton of love. So let's keep going. See which dragon we get next, because I assume everybody will be a dragon. Is his sprite exactly the same?
Trick or treat!
As females? I think it is. Yeah, I'm not too sold on this Corin. I think the female's much better. Who is that?
A costume. I've never
Nagi?
worn such clothing before.
That's Naga?
Looks strange.
She looks completely different. I don't know why. Like maybe because she's not glowing like she normally is, but that did not catch me as Naga. And Naga's the demote? Okay, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. How are you gonna make Naga, like the queen of dragons, like the god of dragons, the demote, and then you have 2 Corins who we have 1,000,000 copies of in the game not be a demote, right? Like they easily could have made female Corin a demote, even though they won't do that because she sells too well. They could have made male a demote, but he's been a demote a few times already, so maybe that's why they didn't want to do it. But like not giving Naga a preference weapon, and she doesn't have access to Divine Fang 1 even, like that's kind of like a slap in the face in my opinion. I don't like that. Let's check out her inheritable breath at least. Serenity Breath. If foe initiates combat or HP greater than 75% at start of combat, inflicts attack and resistance -5 on foe during combat, and foe cannot make a follow-up attack, and then adaptive damage. That's actually a pretty solid weapon. Being able to deny follow-ups is pretty good. It's not like phenomenal, I wouldn't say, but it's probably one of the better breaths we have. She does have attack res rain as well, which means that she's going to be slow, possibly? Because I feel like they would give attack speed rain attack speed rain probably if not. So, and she denies the follow-up, so I'm guessing she's slow. I can't say I'm a big fan of the kit, at least. Her art I did not recognize, honestly. I did not realize that was Naga. I mean, she looks cool. I'm not like the biggest fan, but I definitely like normal Naga way better. Okay, here's the duo, or the harmonic. Oh my god! I think it was Promise. I might be wrong, but I think she said that she wanted a Milla Duma duo, and that's what we actually got. And they look really cool.
Like this.
Wow.
Indeed.
Who's in front? Duma's the lead. Okay, that's interesting. I thought it would be Milla. So we have a red. Okay, so we did get another armored dragon. Before I see the skills, I just want to mention that we did get another armored dragon. They are red, which is pretty solid because of duochrome being everywhere. So they're not going to have at least like color weakness as well. The art is kind of funny. Like Duma looks so mad. He's wearing all these costumes. Let's see what their kit has. Distant Ferocity. There it is. There it is. I've been waiting for this. This is the attack upgrade to Distant Counter, and there are a lot of units who want this skill. Oh man, it's gonna be very tempting not to kill Duma for this, because like Summer Edelgard can make very, very, very good use of this skill. Like technically it will reduce her survivability, but it will also drastically kill her ability to kill things, because attack +5 on a brave weapon is crazy. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out their skills. So we have Ghostly Lanterns, accelerate special cooldown count -1. Like every single person has that on this banner. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants attack plus 6 to unit and inflicts attack minus 6 on foe during combat. Neutralizes effects that guarantee foes follow-up attacks. I did not expect him to have like half of NFU here. That's interesting. Foe cannot make a follow-up attack. And also, if foe's attack can trigger their special, and units res greater than foe's res plus 5 during combat, inflict special cooldown count plus 1 on foe before foe's attack. Oh my god, I literally just talked to Joel and DTM about this like 30 minutes before this reaction. And I was talking about like, what if they add a fighter skill that has the Brave Tiki effect? Well, now obviously they didn't do that, but they did give the Brave Tiki effect to Duma. So that's really strong. Wow, this unit might be like a really powerful far save unit. Oh my gosh. He has so many things going for him. Like the fact that you can neutralize effects that guarantees foes follow-up attacks. Honestly, that doesn't work the best with Hardy Fighter because Hardy Fighter has that built in. But that is really strong, and it can allow you to run other things, right? Because maybe you don't want to run Hardy Fighter because you can turn off their special, right? You can turn off that pre-charged Deadeye, essentially. It denies their follow-up, which is always very good. And then also the turning off the special. Huh. Wow. Okay. So anyway, Distant Ferocity, Dragon Wall, pretty normal stuff. Well, Distant Ferocity obviously is not normal. It's new, but I already talked about that. So Dragon Wall, and then Woeful Upheaval. So he actually has a new preference C skill. Okay, let's check this out. At start of turn, deals 7 damage to all foes. Reduces damage from foes' first attack during combat by a percentage equals difference between unit's attack and foe's attack. Minimum 0 plus difference between foe's max HP and foe's current HP at start of combat times 3, max 30%. If a foe uses bow, dagger, magic, or staff initiates combat and an ally within 3. Holy crap, this unit's amazing. Oh gosh, what the heck? What? This is such a powerful unit. Wow. Okay, so first of all, you're doing 7 damage to all foes. That's really not that big of a deal. Actually, it might be a decent deal in Summoner Duels because Summoner Duels HP is so much lower because you don't have inflated stats as much. So that could actually change up matchups, which is pretty important. So actually, I don't want to undersell that. That might actually be good. I need to understand this damage reduction though. So you subtract the foe's attack from Duma's attack, and then you add it to the difference between the foe's max HP, and foe's current HP. Okay, I got it. I got it. So if they have 50 HP, and they obviously people will do 7 damage, so they'll be at like, let's say 43. Okay, so it will automatically have 7 there. And then times 3. So you almost get the full 30% damage reduction just with Upheaval proccing, as long as they don't heal, right? You're at 21%. So then you only need to have 9 more attack between Duma's attack and the person attacking into him to get the full damage reduction, which isn't that much, kind of. Attack is pretty high nowadays on a lot of units, so it might be a bit difficult, but Duma also is known for having an extremely high attack. And it doesn't say at start of combat, right? No. So he will be able to use in-combat buffs to increase his attack as well. This unit seems really, really good. Wow, this unit seems strong. You could put Savalin's shield on him and then distant counter into seal, and that takes care of his armor weakness. Wow, okay. And he'll still be able to counterattack. Holy crap. Okay, wow. This unit might be really good. I don't want to like oversell them, but I'm seeing a lot of good things here, right? I'm thinking this is one of the best bar saves in the game, probably. I think there's a good chance. The fact that he has a preference save skill that has damage reduction built into it, as well as like the little chip damage. The chip damage is actually really nice the more I think about it. And then he also can run Dragon's Wall, right? Which gives him even more. So you're stacking damage reduction. You're stacking 40% with the 30%. It's not 70%, obviously. It's not additive. But it is still pretty solid amount. I'll have to try him out, I guess. I don't know. Or do some calculations. But from just seeing his kit, without his stats even, he does seem really, really good. Like, really, really good. The hat. The hat on the Duma model looks amazing. Wow. Oh, and the attack animation's cool too. Well, I forgot about they have a duo skill. I'm so stupid. Neutralizes any penalty, restores 30 HP, and grants neutralizes foes bonuses from skills like Fortify, Rally, etc. during combat for 1 turn to unit and allies within 5 versus 5 combat center on unit. Can use one once per map. Okay. I wish it was more usable. I wish it was usable like every third action like some of the other duo skills, because I think it would be a lot better then. I don't think this is like phenomenal, right? Like this isn't like a broken duo skill, right? This isn't like duo Thor or like something like that, right? Or like duo dagger, I guess is a better example. But it is pretty decent, because like when you're in summoner duels, a lot of times you will want to like neutralize your penalties. Like a lot of times the penalty is what the thing that will get you killed. And then the cool thing also is like, let's say you get into combat and they can't kill you, but they can like chunk you really hard. Well, now you can heal 30 HP, which is going to be most of his stats. Actually, we can see his stats. He has 47 HP, 62 attack, 19 speed, 40 defense, and 43 resistance. So very optimized stat line. Very, very optimized stat line. Okay. It also heals your allies too, which is also very relevant sometimes. I don't know what else to say. He seems like a premier far save tank. Like he's at least S tier, if not double S tier, right? I think he's at least that good.
Yes, Duma.
Just from my original, just from reading his description, I think he's that good. It's possible he's better.
What fun!
He just has so many ways to shut down what is currently the meta. Getting nothing to him pretty much. Got 1 damage. And he's gonna blow him up.
Indeed.
Technically, you could even use Hardy Fighter on him. I don't think it's... Oh, maybe that will be meta. I don't know. Because you technically can do it. And he's not really losing anything. So we did get Dragons. Nils is going to be the free unit, actually, right? There's Nils right there. So we're getting a green Nils. Green Nils for free? That's awesome. Like, I could not summon on this banner, technically. But now Duma looks really good. Not that I need more far save units, to be honest. I have so many. But he looks really strong. So overall, what do I think of this banner? I think that female Corin looks pretty strong as an Omni tank. She has some really good stuff going for her. Not that she's perfect, but definitely something to look at. Definitely something to look out for. Male Corin, I feel, is like underwhelming. I don't think male Corin's very good at all, to be honest. Like, slow Omni tanks are difficult to use as is with so much NFU going around. He's gonna be able to hit back really hard, but I don't know. I'm not sold on male Corin in the slightest. I love how Naga looks, even though I did not realize it was Naga. But I'm not the biggest fan of making Naga a demote. She's one of the most important lore characters in Fire Emblem. She deserves better. Especially, like, there's so many Corins already. Like, treat Naga with some respect. I don't know. Like, that just annoys me, to be honest. And then we have Duma and Milla duo, who look really strong. Like, I mean, what else is there to say? These look like a phenomenal far save unit. Personally, I think I'll be pulling. I don't know. I always say I won't pull, and then I do pull. So I'll probably end up pulling. I don't think I really actually need any of these units, but I am really interested to see how good Duma is. Either way, I'd love to hear from you guys. Who is your favorite unit on this banner? Are you going to be summoning on this banner, or are you going to be saving orbs? We do have some big banners coming up, and it's possible we get a Ninja banner in November, which is going to be a big deal. Also, there is a really powerful legendary mythic banner at the end of this month if you're summoning for colorless, and I definitely want to spend a lot of orbs there. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow, keeps the content coming out. And if you want to hear my hottest takes, follow me over on Twitter. This has been Oblivion. I'll catch you all later with more Fire Emblem Heroes.